modeling and acting is my passion. You know, it's something that I have a passion for.
Which
and I know
great.
passion doesn't pay the bills. If I had an emergency, like God forbid, if something happened and I had an emergency, I probably wouldn't have enough funds to cover it.
But you give yourself an 8 out of 10? Where did you learn this from? Is this like a
Chase.
TikTok thing?
No.
Chase?
Yes.
From the one who wants to make money off of you for keeping your balance? No. Where'd the $3,000 go that you made this year so far?
The $3,000, I gave $1,000 to my mom. I gave.
Why?
In our culture.
Okay, here's a character from a South African president's speech that I just made up from ChatGPT.
Good evening. It's an absolute joy to stand before you tonight. Not because it's required by my job description, but because there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
How'd you do the work?
My accent, what was one of the...
I'm a damsel in distress.
One of my lines. No, I played a slave.
Oh. Adeline, welcome back to Financial Audit. Happy to have you on here for a follow-up. So we uploaded you on May 4th, 2024. You're 18, or you were 18 at the time. Are you still 18?
Yes.
Wow, when's your birthday?
March 3rd.
Okay, wow, so you just turned 18 at that time. Okay. Model actress student. So you're trying to do a lot of things. And, you know, it's interesting. Especially back then, we had a lot of people who were kind of really trying to get into the world of acting. It's kind of difficult, especially when you're trying to balance that with school. The majority of your money came from Instagram, posting ad bands, and you estimated that you made $1,000 this year, which is impossible to live on. But 18 at the same time, you know, it's a different place of life. I'll be transparent. We actually don't allow people like you to come on the show anymore. People that are just like right out of high school because there's like nothing to even see, and people that really don't have a job. But you know, you were, and we're happy to have you a part of our guest family, and we're still gonna go through this just like normal. But you know, it's just an interesting thing because sometimes it's hard to deal with. So, you know, without a lot of things that have happened yet, can you tell us, give the audience, give myself an update of where life is looking, and what life has been like since then?
Well, I ended up getting a job, and it's kind of like, thank you. I got my insurance license as well. The job is basically signing people up with free health insurance. It's with the ACA. That has really, So that has really helped me like kind of start my journey to financial stability. And so I started budgeting more, saving. I invested, I invested $1,000 like at once because that was, you know, what I had. So I invested that, and I did see a small like return. I believe like a small increase. You know, it wasn't anything too crazy. Not that I could like go buy a house, but it was, you know, a little bit of an increase. So yeah, I kind of was working on saving up the money, not spending as recklessly as I was before. Because I still live with my mom, I'm not paying rent or anything. So that was like a bonus. Like I did like strongly consider getting my own apartment, but then I was kind of weighing it, pros, the cons, would it be worth it? And it wasn't worth it. So I decided, you know, stay with my mom, to not pay rent just yet, and kind of like save up that money that I am making.
What's our school situation currently?
I graduated high school. At the time I was on the show, I don't know if I had graduated yet, but I graduated high school. Yeah, I graduated already, and so now I'm just kind of working, saving up before I throw myself back into school. So,
what is the situation around modeling and acting?
With September, I was able to do my very first trip that was not financed. I was able to pay the full thing down. Yes.
How much?
It was, I think it was a little, I think it was like 15,000, 16,000. But this included the flight, the Airbnb.
Where'd you go?
Milan, Italy.
Why? For what?
For Milan Fashion Week.
How much did you make?
what's it? I think I made around 300, 400. However, the purpose of me going to Milan was not for compensation. It was to network.
It was connections.
I got to work.
That's what everyone says for everything.
Possibly, but in this industry, I think we touched on it a little bit last time, but in this industry, unless you're a supermodel, you're not making a lot of. You have to invest a lot before you make them.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to think about focus of life. 13,000, you said?
Yeah, around that 13,000.
That's an insane amount of money. 13,000 could become easily over 100,000, 200,000 by the time you retire. I'm not saying we can't do stuff like this, but $13,000 for your current income. I mean, again, the last time you came on the show, you made like $1,000 at that time. What is your current income at the ACA?
I'm not sure, honestly. I would have to.
How do you not know what you make? Oh, okay.
What?
When did you start?
I started working probably like 2 months ago at the job.
How do you not know what you make in 2 months? What do you mean? What's your hourly income?
Oh, that's what you're saying. Well, first, it's not based on hourly; it's commission based, and so yeah. So, and I thought you were asking for like my annual salary, so but I really don't know. I have to calculate that.
Do you have a salary?
No, it's commission. I get paid weekly, and it honestly ranges, but it can be anywhere from 300 to 1,000 every week.
Okay. So if we averaged it out at like 600, would that feel right?
I would say more like 500.
Okay. So you make about 2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. That's still hard to live on. I mean, that doesn't really get, you're under $30,000 a year on that case. That's like you wouldn't be able to be independent on that. I'm not expecting like crazy at 18. But as we're just thinking about direction for life and what our plans are, you said you want to kind of get some things under control before you throw yourself back in school. Wait, you spent practically 3/4 of your annual income on one single trip. Like, why don't we go to, I understand Milan, a huge thing, but maybe we do smaller networking first, and let's just, to make it make sense. It's so expensive for where you are in life. That is crazy.
So with this job, the more you grow, the more you learn in the job, the more money you make. So honestly, with this job, like there's potential. It's uncapped. I'm still kind of learning, kind of beginning, but the more I go in the company, the more money I can make. I know people in the same company that are making good money. So I'm learning from them, networking, growing, building. And so, like I said, this is the beginning to my financial stability. Of course, there's still more things in the side. And then as for the Milan trip for me was 100% worth it. Like I said, it's not just like from a financial standpoint, as well as when I went, it wasn't just for networking. It wasn't just for modeling. I also got to meet people, and it was an amazing experience. So
I know it was an amazing experience, and it feels worth it to you right now. I'm just trying to math it out. Let's just say it was a $5,000 European trip, which wouldn't actually be insane for a European trip. The price that you're saying is crazy, but let's just say $5,000 European trip. If we're talking about that, one time, I made money, and before I start putting my head down, like I would have been okay with that. We're talking $13,000 when you make $20,000. That's insane. It's that number specifically. I would have encouraged you to go like 1,000 model shows in New York City, which you could afford. But, with $13,000, you could go there 1,000,000 trillion times. So, okay. But the credit cards
Sorry, really quick. I was going to say I did go to New York before I went to Milan.
I'm sure you did.
Because it was Fashion Week. Got invited to New York, Milan, a couple other shows, but I kind of prioritized. And so I did Milan and New York. And New York, I actually did make more money than I spent. I spent like $200 for like the ticket, and I was able to get a very, very cheap Airbnb to live by. So honestly, I made, I think, more than double what I paid. I made that. Sorry.
Well, that's great. I mean, I obviously encourage the making money, but I'm okay with spending a little bit of money too, depending on your financial situation. If your financial situation is the same as last time, then obviously I wouldn't encourage it, because we had Chase Freedom Rise, $468, a firm, $1,200, another firm that you couldn't figure out the balance of, or discussed. 1,600 for another firm. Owing to your mom, 700. Owing to your uncle, 500. Family friend, 700. Another firm, 226. Uplift, 297. Amazon, 83. Priceline, 167. That you had just paid off, actually. And then something for $793. So all of that together, if your financial situation is similar to that, would I encourage $13,000 spent? No, of course not. So let's take a look at where things are today. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing a debt at the top.
Yeah, I paid it off.
So every single debt there is paid off.
Yes. All
That's
the
incredible.
debts were paid.
Well done. When did you pay everything off?
I paid them all off at different times. Like I didn't do it all at once. I paid it over time. So it should say on the document the day that I paid off the last one or no?
When it comes to getting your finances back on track, like our reoccurring guests, every little step matters. Whether you're building an emergency fund, tackling debt, or finally learning to budget, it's all about taking control. And one big step a lot of people overlook, reclaiming those old forgotten 401ks that are just sitting there doing nothing. There's a whopping 25% of 401ks out there that are lost or forgotten. That's retirement money you could be using to grow your financial future, but instead it's just stuck because rolling them over into an IRA sounds like way too much hassle. But today's sponsor, Capitalize, is here to make it easy, like ridiculously easy. Capitalize is a concierge service that helps you take control of those old 401ks. Let's say you've changed jobs a few times and now you've got retirement accounts scattered all over the place. That's common, and it's also a problem because it's hard to keep track of your money when it's spread out like that. With Capitalize, you don't have to worry about digging through paperwork or making endless phone calls. They'll find those forgotten accounts for you, even the ones you don't remember setting up. Then they'll help you connect to an IRA of your choice so you can finally consolidate everything into one place. And the best part, Capitalize handles the entire transfer process from start to finish. No stress, no hassle, just progress. This isn't just about rolling over your 401k. It's about taking charge of your financial future. Getting your retirement savings in one place gives you better visibility and control. You'll know exactly where your money is, how it's growing, and how it fits into your bigger financial picture. So whether you're one of the recurring guests working hard to clean up your finances, or you're just starting to make smarter money moves, this is one step you don't want to skip. If you're ready to take control of your finances, head to the link in the description below or go to highcapitalize.com/financial audit. That's highcapitalize.com/financial audit. Don't let your retirement money stay stuck in the past. Take charge of your future today. Big thanks to Capitalize for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get back into it. Coming from your checking account, you mean?
From the Affirm.
I don't see, but maybe I'll see as we go through this. So in this checking account, let's see. We had a balance, it looks like at the start of $269. And we ended with $2,170, so that's great. Lots of transferring back and forth. Some Walmart stock. Are you buying that in here? In that checking account?
Yeah, okay. But that was
Meta stock. Why are you buying individualized stocks? Why are you buying like Meta stock? What are we doing?
That was kind of me like experimenting and kind of.
Why experiment? Why not just do what works? Did you take our investing class?
No, I didn't see it. No, I looked into
every damn time. Okay, we're gonna get you connected with those classes. Take it. You just need to start. We'll identify your investing profile and then what investing strategies are proven around that investing profile. Okay, because you're 18, you literally have the best chance to retire as a multimillionaire compared to anyone that's been on the show because you have time on your side. But you need to do it right. You need to start right. And buying individual stocks might not be the play for that. It's not very diversified. It's very risky. Okay, this is just transferring things. Classing, acting class goal. Okay. Amazon, what am I seeing here? Paid to date, remaining. Okay, yeah, I saw that one paid off. Oh, and then the ASAP tickets, that one was paid off. Great, okay, very cool.
Hey.
Also, there is no chance of Also, there is no reason to get all our finances together if our house burns down and you die. So change the battery on that smoke detector.
Oh my God.
It is beeping on my ears.
I'm so sorry. I think I've become like deaf to it. So, but yeah.
What are all these purchases with Step Calm? Step.com?
Yeah, Step-
This isn't a Chase account.
Yeah, Step is like it's a banking account that's helped me build credit. It's just like a separate account.
Can you sleep with that thing?
I honestly can't hear, but again, I have earbuds in, so like these are noise canceling earbuds. I can always hear.
Cash apping out a lot. Okay. We locked your online access to protect you. This is from something else. What's this letter you sent me?
Oh, my Chase account. I don't know if I should talk about it on here, but my Chase account got hacked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily bad to talk about unless I keep if there's anything crazy, definitely keep it secret. But it got hacked. Okay, so is Chase dealing with this?
Dealing with this, what do you mean?
You said your Chase account got hacked.
Yeah, like my account got hacked and I didn't have access to it because I know that I have to send the documents and stuff. So I wasn't able to log into my Chase or anything. I had to call them. And so they emailed the statements instead, or not emailed, mailed the statements, and that's what I was sending you.
That's fine. Is Chase dealing with the hack though?
Oh, yes.
Have you locked your credit?
My credit account is fine. The one that was affected was my checking.
Well, yeah, but how'd they get in? Like maybe they know your social security number or something. I would lock your credit. I'll send you information on how to do that afterwards.
Okay.
This is locking your credit, i.e. them not being able to take out credit in your name.
Yeah, both of you, please send me some stuff.
Absolutely, we will. Okay. Man, dude, nothing's labeled. What's this?
Amazon, ASAP tickets. Those are some of the.
Is this saying they're paid?
Did you?
Another page saying something's paid off. Okay, well, that's all I have. Okay, so you're telling me all these credit cards, the debt to... What about the debt to the family?
Oh, the debt to the family, I feel like that was a little bit of miscommunication. Number one, when I got my first paycheck, I did give my mom and my uncle both. I gave them out of my paycheck. But also when I went back to talk to my uncle, it wasn't something that was literally you owe me X amount. It was more because I have given my uncle money and it's not like, okay, I'm giving you $250. I expect you to pay me back at Friday, the 2% interest, 5% interest, whatever. It's like, hey, I really need $200. Can you give me $200? Yes, I'll send you $200. Then I really need $300. Can you send me $300? So it's not like
is everything settled?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Cool. So how much is in this investing account? Because I didn't see that specifically.
It was 1,000. I put 1,000 into it, and then it was when I did end up taking it out, but it was 1,000.
Why'd you take it out?
I mean, honestly, it didn't seem like it was gonna get more than that, and I was thinking that.
What do you mean more than that? If it was in. What do you mean? The S&P 500 has literally had its best decade this millennium, if I'm not mistaken.
Which one?
Or
Which
the
one?
S&P 500 in general. Obviously, again, if you take the investing class. So the S&P 500 is up almost 30% or something crazy. So that would have been $300 a gain. And then it would compound normally 10% if it followed historical norms. So that 1,300 would gain 10%, then 10%, then 10%, then 10%. It's a time thing. You can't take investments in and out. That needs to be your big thing now. First of all, what's in your savings? So you have an emergency fund.
I do have numbers.
How much? You don't need a screenshot. Just how much is in your emergency fund?
$409 and $59.
$409?
Yes, for my emergency fund. That's emergency. I can't touch that.
Yeah. And you spent $14,000 going to Milan when you don't have an emergency fund? Milan, you get an emergency fund first. I need you to save up $10,000 as quick as you can. That's your next thing you're focused on. So listen, you basically have no expenses and you make $2,000 a month. So, which was the target we were looking to get. $2,500 after taxes would have been ideal, but even $2,000 a month. Let's say, obviously, do that for the next 5 months. Call it 6 months after expenses, because you don't really have expenses right now. I'm sure you have gas and stuff, right? But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and my phone bill, but it's nothing major.
Okay, cool. So let's just call it 6-7 months. Put everything into a high yield savings account. Get $10,000 because that'll cover once you move out. That'll help cover if you get behind, you like lose a job or something, you need to pay rent and living expenses and food and groceries.
Okay.
It covers if a car breaks down. It covers if you lose the car and you have to go get a cash car. So there's a lot of different things that you need that $10,000 for, and we don't go to Milan until we get that. We don't go on another trip until you have $10,000. This is a basic minimum safety net. Now, once you have that, you can budget in those fun things, because here's the fun part. Any income that comes in to you who doesn't have any needs right now, basically just cover your little bit of needs, put 20% to investing. Once you've put 20% to investing, you can put the rest of your money wherever you want. You can blow it on anything. I do not care. I need you to hit 20% into investing and go through our investing class to understand what to do with it. So with that, because we don't give recommendations because of legal things around certifications and stuff, just go through the investing class. With that, once you're hitting 20% forever, you're going to retire a multimillionaire because you have time on your side. Your best wealth building tool is time, but you actually have to be in the market and take advantage of the compound growth and change the battery on that smoke detector.
Okay, I got you. Well, I got mute. Yeah.
That's what I do. You need to get that 6-month emergency fund, $10,000 in your case. It's either 6 months or $10,000, whatever one is higher. So for you, it's $10,000. And then 20% to investing forever until you're retired. And you can blow your money on whatever else until you have needs. Once you have needs, we try to cap it at about 50%. But no matter what, you are investing 20%. So if you need more to your needs, let's say 60% goes to needs, you're still investing 20%. But that only gives you 20% for fun. But you don't take away to put more into fun from investing. You take it from trying to cut your needs, not in a dangerous way, but getting a place that's maybe more affordable. If it's apartment, that's, sucking the needs a little bit more. Okay. Or getting a cheaper phone bill, whatever it is. Those are the things we start dealing with. But we do not take from investing unless we have bad debt and no emergency fund. You don't have bad debt anymore, but you don't have an emergency fund. So we're not investing yet. We're putting it all into the emergency fund. So that is what you do. Okay? Go ahead. Repeat it.
So first step is going to be save up $10,000 in the emergency fund and then start investing.
20%. Yep. 20% of your income, every paycheck, 20% goes away to investing. You should start with a Roth IRA. Roth IRA, write that down.
Yeah, okay? I actually already did.
There you go. That's perfect. That should get you close to max, I think, on a yearly basis, just about. Okay. Any questions?
No, not really any questions, but I did have one quick comment. Someone had already told me about getting a Roth IRA account, and so I was trying, I looked it up on Google and I was trying to sign up, but do you think it's better to go in person or is this something that I have to do?
No,
online?
No, you can do whatever. It's easy as online. It's really just opening an account. And what that account does is it's a tax form at the end of the year, essentially, really. But you're going to be paying taxes on the money you're putting in, but it allows to grow it tax-free. So when you do take it out starting at 59.5, you're taking it out without having to pay any taxes. So really, it's just an account that kind of shields you from future taxes. So it's super chill. Honestly, Fidelity is a great place to do it. You can open one with them as well.
Okay.
So it's super easy. It takes 2 seconds.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, you're still 18. Time's on your side. Take advantage of it. Do not f this up.
Okay.
You can create generational change. Okay. And last time, your Hammer financial score, let's see. We had it at a 1 out of 10. Let's revisit. Budget. Honestly, it wasn't fine. You weren't blowing things too much, at least on this last month. The Milan trip, stupid. But if it was that month, it would have been different. But just looking at this month, it wasn't crazy. Money needs to go to the emergency fund, and it's not. So we're going to deduct from there. It's going to be 6 out of 10. Debt. There's no debt. 10 out of 10. Well done. Emergency fund. Building blocks, 1 out of 10. Retirement, building blocks. Well, you actually removed everything from retirement, right?
Retirement? You mean my...
investing.
My investing? Yeah.
0 out of 10. Real estate, 0 out of 10. All right, let's see. You've moved up from a 1 to a 3.5 out of 10. Well done. You're on the right track. Get that emergency fund up. Literally, if you had that emergency fund right now, you'd be at a 5.5 out of 10. You would have gone up 2 points. So get that taken care of, okay?
Got it.
And change the battery!